Oh.
Welcome to Pulse of the Nation. Pulse.
I'm going to remove you from the chat, and then we're going to get your green screen ready. So we'll do like a big reveal. Hello, everybody. We've got a special Pulse of the Nation bonus episode today. The Monday just gone was meant to be the last Pulse of the Nation. Then I thought, let's have a nice bonus episode. We'll revisit the question that started off the first ever Pulse of the Nation, which we'll come to in a minute. And get a good friend of mine on. We'll discuss some of the issues and just have a nice kind of goodbye, a look back on some of the previous episodes. And we've got some special bonus questions that we've not used in any episode so far. So it'll be a nice quick fire kind of like a sitcom clip show. That's kind of the vibe we're probably going to end up having. So hopefully we'll have some of our regular commenters back in, and we'll have a good time. So my guest today on this bonus episode, I'll add him to the stream. He's got a green screen set up. So, who is it?
Hello, everyone. It's hey.
Butcher.
Pulse.
Yeah, he's trying to get a catchphrase started on the very last ever Pulse of the Nation broadcast. We're going to get this.
Everyone, put Pulse in the chat, guys. Come on.
Yeah, please
Pulse
comment. Pulse. Gareth's asking, is this the season 3 announcement?
Well, it's not for me to say, it's for you to say.
You have to see, Gareth. You have to stick around to the end, and I'll announce whether or not there'll be a season 3.
Not even I knew about that.
Yeah. Pulse. There we go, Jay.
Pulse.
Wait, lads. Is it a bit weird having the small comments? Shall we? Do you prefer the other way? I don't know. So these are the options. We either go like that.
That looks a lot better with the comments.
Yeah. So we'll stick to the original. I thought we'd go for a classy kind of minimal look. But no, we'll stick with that because
my lighting okay?
Yes, yeah, your lighting's fine, mate.
Is it fine? Just a lot of light coming in behind me.
Yeah, there is a bit. I assume that will. He doesn't. What is your front light? Where are you getting your front light from?
What does that mean?
What's lighting you from the front?
What's in front of me?
Yeah, sure.
A door.
Oh, all right. A door.
There you go. This is my. There, that's what I have in front of me.
In that case, you have remarkably good lighting, considering.
What, should I turn around?
Yeah, that might be better.
I don't have anything to rest on. I'll just have to sit.
Oh no! Stay where you were. You look fine.
No,
I don't want to.
You've made me do it.
I didn't make you do it at all.
I'm here now. I'm happy.
What? Are you kneeling? Are you kneeling on your bed?
No, I'm sat cross-legged on my bed.
All right. Okay. And is that comfortable?
This is lovely. Look at that. My book's behind me.
Yeah, it looks quite classy, actually.
Books.
What books are they?
I've got some Ray Bradbury. I've got some books about Russian history.
Oh yeah.
I've got some. What else have I got? George Orwell, 1984, the best book of all time.
Very relevant into the day.
Well, you could say that, mate. You could say that. Little known tip: me and Andrew have actually worked this out together. If you're ever having an argument on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it is, if you quote any passage from 1984,
any passage,
you automatically win the argument because George Orwell said it, so it must be true. Is that how it works?
Yeah. I've got a meme. I'll get the meme up. Hang on. Okay. Sorry.
Who's that?
That was me. I'm scrolling through my Twitter media to try and find the meme.
Oh.
But that obviously shows videos as well. Anyway, here we go. Share screen. You can have a little look at the meme I made. There it is. Oh. So here, this is a scene from famous anime. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yu-Gi-Oh!
I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Me.
I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. The thing is, I genuinely was. I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, same. So did I.
Oh no, we should swap sometime, man. That'd be nice.
I had a blue eyes white dragon.
Oh, fuck off! Did you?
I did.
Wow, I'm actually quite impressed. I never got that kind of level of.
Did you not?
No, I wasn't that good at it.
I mean, it was just buying packets of cards. It wasn't about being good, particularly, was it?
I suppose not being. I suppose it's not about being good, but I was somehow bad.
Well, that's a talent only you possess, mate.
That's true. That's something I've going for me. Anyway, the meme is he's got basically it's a card game, not like top. I mean, I suppose a little bit like Top Trumps, but they've got
yeah. There's only two categories: attack and defense.
Exactly, it's two category Top Trump, really, if you boil it down, and then they play with these little monsters, not Pokemons.
No, they're better than Pokemons.
Better than Pokemons, and so this guy's like, oh, I've got this card, and this is definitely going to win. He's quite smug there.
That's Kaibo Saber, I think he's called, or something like
that. It is indeed Kaibo Saber, yes. And it says an actual. I've done this. This isn't the original. It says an actual.
Oh, I thought that was the actual from the TV show. No,
I can see why you think it does look like a screen cap from the Yu-Gi-Oh animated series.
The universe, I think they call it the universe.
Yeah, I'm afraid this isn't canon. So he said an actual logical argument, and then his name's Yugi, isn't it?
Yugi, yeah, Yugi.
Yeah, Yugi. Yugi's like, well, I've got a good card too. And like, oh, what is the card? Quoting George Orwell, which is what we were joking about earlier in 1984, as Gareth has said here. Does this work with all George Orwell? 4 legs good, 2 legs back. We'll come back to that in a minute, Gareth. But let me just finish the meme. Please don't interrupt. Quoting George Orwell, and then as you can see, the gentleman from the original panel. It's a bit.
Sorry, it's like the idea of a show that's built on audience involvement, and you saying, "Please don't interrupt."
Yeah, guys. I know this is a phone-in debate show. You got the number going along the bottom here, but please don't comment or call in. I'm in the middle of something here.
This is a private conversation.
Yeah. Yes. And you can see it's obviously I've not got the full screen, but he's been blown away by something, and one could assume, given the orientation and the arrangement of the panels, that quoting George Orwell has blown away an actual logical argument, and that really is the core of the meme.
So, for example, if I were to say, I believe that the richest should be taxed at a higher rate than the poorest, but you were to say, remember that scene where Winston eats in the canteen?
Yeah,
I would then automatically lose, and I actually have to kill myself. So
yeah, that is one of the lesser known rules of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's why they never battle the same person twice.
Well, that is true. Famously, as seen in Series 2. Where Yugi says, "Haven't I already battled you?" And the guy says, "Oh yeah," and he shoots himself.
What was the episode number on that?
Season 2, episode 3, I believe.
Episode 3. Let me have a quick look.
I believe
it's called the Past is Present.
Absolutely, a classic episode.
Here's the script. I'll get my share screen up again. Using the magic of the Millennium Necklace, Egyptian historian Ijitsu Ishtar shows Kyber how Duel Monsters was played millenniums ago. Now, obviously, this is just like one of these Google things where they give you like a little snapshot. If we did click expand, I won't because I don't want to disrupt the show. But
Absolutely.
It would, and then the guy kills himself. That would be next.
I'm not a liar.
No, I don't. This was pre 9/11.
Oh Christ! Wow, what a different world we were living in back then.
Yeah, I know we probably shouldn't be using that as a marker of time, but that surprises me.
Well, as a modern historian, we can see that for the West, the 1990s were almost seen as a golden age. We'd seen the collapse of the Soviet Union. Communism had been defeated by capitalism. So that 90s really was a period of progression, of relative stability for the West. And then 9/11 really was the end of that. And then we obviously go into the 21st century, Iraq, Afghanistan, the financial crash, leading us then towards more populist politics, the rise of the far right, as seen in Europe and America, Putin in Russia,
of course,
defying constitutional law to extend his
Constantine Kissinger. Sorry, carry on.
They're very good. Let's call out Konstantin Kisin.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we get to Trump, Brexit, and then Constantine, because that then takes us on to the social and the cultural backlash.
Yes, yeah. Trigonometry, one of the famous domino effects at the end of the 9/11 chain. And that brings us to
I'm being serious. If 9/11 hadn't happened, Konstantin Kisin would not have made it as a pro comedian.
Some would say he hasn't. So that leads us to our first question. What surprises you that it was pre-9/11? Question 1 on the show. What surprises you that it was pre-9/11? Henry Butcher to open the floor.
That's a great question. You know, back in those days, life was a lot simpler. You could take a gun to the airport. You could carry a bomb inside a large skyscraper.
Yeah.
You know, you were just allowed to do it. You know, it was a simpler time. We didn't think of anything of it.
Yeah.
So, do you know what surprises me that was pre-9/11?
Go on then.
Was actually the previous year's 9/11, because at that point they didn't know what was going to happen. So they were still calling it. So they were saying, "Oh, I remember 9/11. We had so much fun on 9/11," and they didn't know how offensive they were being.
No. And I think they should be retrospectively cancelled.
Well, I've put forward. I actually made a petition to Parliament. If you want to sign that.
Yeah, please do. Is it a Change.org or is it a Parliament one? Or
it's a proper UK government one. It's just the title is.
That is good, because
anyone who enjoyed themselves on 9/11, pre-9/11, should have all their pay stricken from them, and they should be
deplatformed.
Absolutely deplatformed, and they should be made to hard labour. I think.
Yep, that sounds good.
But Andrew, what surprises you that it was pre-9/11?
That's a good question. Well, I think that Yu-Gi-Oh episode is definitely up there. I've just gone onto the Wikipedia page for September 11th to see what kind of events did happen on the day.
What's been overshadowed?
Yeah. So 1997, after a nationwide... I'll share my screen so you can see as we go through this. 1997, a nationwide referendum. Scotland votes to establish a devolved parliament. So,
So that was Tony Blair getting to work quickly. He was voted in, I believe, in the April or the May of 97. Might have been June. Anyway, in the springtime.
Yeah.
And obviously one of his manifesto commitments was to give greater powers to the nations of Britain to really try and detract and take away from the power being centred in Westminster.
Yeah. So the devolution of Parliament, that has been retrospectively cancelled. We don't know when Tony Blair was elected exactly, but we do know the daffodils were out. That is for sure.
And that's quite symbolic, really.
It really is. You know, I think it represents a new world, a new pastures. We've got some comments coming in now. Cam, can't make it tonight, but just want everyone to know I agree with Andrew and disagree with Henry. Thank you, Cam. We appreciate that. I do anyway. Coldplay released their... That is surprising, actually. Question 1, what surprised you?
Really?
It was pre-9/11. Coldplay released their first album pre-9/11.
Probably why they did it.
Says the line "blow up like the World Trade" on Biggie's 1994 album. Now that, I don't know if you're familiar with the passage of time, Henry, but 1994 is actually prior to 2001.
Is it?
Yeah.
But 94 is a bigger number than 1.
Whoa. But you've got to look at all 4 digits as the collective number.
Oh.
It's a very socialist concept.
Well, I'm a hardline. Yeah, no, I'm not. But I didn't know. Joe Wells doesn't strike me as the kind of guy to listen to Biggie.
I think he'll be in the comments to defend himself soon, because he is a very on top of lots of music, and I think he will educate.
Doesn't he look fetching in those dungarees, though, eh?
He does. They're very good dungarees. I was going to buy some... shall I show you the boiler suit I was going to buy?
Oh, God. Was it pink?
No. It was a kind of a sage green. I say kind of. That was the exact listing. Let me add the thing to do. So it's this one. I quite liked it. A lot of objection from people I showed.
It's more... I quite like it. I don't know when you'd wear it. It's not something you'd wear out casually, is it?
No. It's Liquor and Poker.
That's a nice brand.
Is it? Because I found out via Joe Wells, actually, and Danica, who's commented. This is sorry that we've taken it to dark levels so early on. That apparently Liquor and Poker is like liquor in the front, poker in the back. You know, it's
that's
like,
your special talent. You're great at that.
I am. The women are a massive fan of my
World-renowned.
world-renowned. I can't even think of a straight sex term, so we'll put an end to that.
I've got a question, Andrew.
Yes, go on.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to move on to the comments?
No, go on. I'll ask you a question.
Just because Danica said it was getting a bit dark, so I've got some pre-prepared questions. So moving on from 9/11, quite closely linked.
Yes, let me take that off the screen.
Would be how do you eat Neapolitan ice cream?
I'll create a banner for it, and I'll have a think. How do you eat? As in, like, what order?
Well, because you've got the three. You've got the strawberry, the chocolate, and the vanilla. So you're the kind of guy who you get a scoop from each and you get it all on the same spoon, or do you go eat them one by one by one? Or do you go strawberry, vanilla, chocolate? Or do you go just one big mush it up, squeeze it, mix it together?
Is it a tub of Neapolitan, or have I ordered like a scoop of like a Neapolitan?
Oh, no, one of those classic tubs.
Classic tubs. Well, you see, I would almost see that as I think historically in our family, we would have seen that as a multi-pack almost. So it's not a Neapolitan, but we bought 3 different ice creams.
Oh, really? So you would never go, okay, so I'm going to have some of the strawberry, some of the vanilla today?
No, and I don't think I would mix strawberry with vanilla, actually.
Really? Well, I think you've just defeated the entire point of buying a Neapolitan ice cream, though, have you not?
Yes, I suppose I have. Well, how would you eat a Neapolitan ice cream? Let us know in the comments, or feel free to call into the show, 07827 333 566.
I used to always get 1 scoop of each in the bowl, and then I liked the different flavors. I think vanilla and chocolate together is very nice in particular. Strawberry and chocolate famously. It's a double aphrodisiac.
Vanilla, it doesn't go.
Is it not?
I wouldn't say it goes.
So that's strawberry and vanilla, whereas strawberry and chocolate's a bit more like that.
Yeah.
What's chocolate and what?
Chocolate. How do you eat your Neapolitan ice cream, Henry?
I just answered it. I just told you.
Sorry, I got very distracted by your hand signals.
Do you need 5 minutes out or something?
Let's jump to the comments. Aidan says, "Where's England's devolved parliament?"
That's not about Neapolitan ice cream.
No, we've gone back a little bit to the to what happened pre 9/11. Show them the pink dungarees. Oh, so there's another clothing option that I'm looking on. We'll come to that in a minute. Quite tight around the groin on the boiler suit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm proud to show it off. You would have looked like a removal guy. People would be asking you to move stuff all the time.
But Hetty, would that not also mean that you'd be able to get yourself into places easier? You could, for example, walk into the World Trade Center with a bomb, but because you're wearing, you look like a removal guy. Yeah, they're letting you right in there, and you can, place that bomb wherever you'd like.
Wear teal?
Teal? Do I wear teal?
No, do a lot of removal companies. Like if I saw a removal guy with well, he'd be carrying a large suspicious package, I'm sure, to hold the bomb. And then I'm thinking, okay, this guy looks like a removal guy, but he is wearing teal.
Well, I think that's quite an industrious colour.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It reminds me of sort of like council wear.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. So I'm as in English UK councils.
Yeah, I mean Salisbury Council sort of has that green.
So
teal.
I would look like a Wiltshire Council contractor.
You look a lot like
World Trade Center in America.
I reckon you'd look a lot like Matt Dean.
Councillor Matt Dean,
who famously can get in anywhere. He told me.
I mean, this is niche for salt. Even on a local level, a lot of people won't know who Matt Dean is.
Get a picture up.
I'll get a picture up. He used to be the head of Salisbury Council.
Used to be is the operative part of that sentence.
So here he is. Let me get him up. Sorry, let's share screen. I forgot we were talking about Neapolitan ice cream. That's fun. I forgot that. Here he is, Matt Dean. Now, it was this picture that that first ignited our interest in Matt Dean when he was
very grumpy, isn't he?
Very grumpy man. Although he's smiling here. Bit of a smile.
Bit sinister for me.
Looks like an evil LinkedIn profile. Yeah, you can see
What's
that.
He doing by that bridge?
With this one?
Yeah.
Shall we read the story?
Yeah, go on.
He's by that bridge because because of
Oh my god. See if you can find out what he said in the article, please.
Salisbury City Councillor, disgraceful spectacle. He's leader of the Conservative group in Salisbury City Council.
We've been drinking.
Foul-mouthed public display of indiscretion.
He'd been drinking.
He'd been to the pub on September 14th, so very close. Very close.
Disrespectful, really.
He is. He said the claims are very obviously a completely unfounded, malicious slur. And he was very disappointed someone make up those allegations. He declined to comment further, saying he had been a private conversation. So he did say something, but it was in private, so it didn't count.
Well, that's fine. We all know that's how it works. You know, you can say whatever you want about any colour, creed, race, gender, sexuality. As long as it's behind closed doors, that's absolutely fine.
Exactly. We're not with the thought police. To get back to the Neapolitan question.
And George Orwell, very well there.
Yes, yeah. Nice. It's a very thematic show today.
So we won that because we mentioned thought police. We win.
Yes, so we've quoted George Orwell. Boom, we win.
1-0.
1-0, Henry and Andrew. 2 scoops of strawberry, 1 scoop of chocolate, says Gareth.
Why?
Yeah.
You can't just throw that out there without a reasoning behind it.
Yeah, please explain that ratio, Gareth. Crumb says, just eat the chocolate. So just buy chocolate ice cream. Hetty says, only fools eat a Neapolitan.
What?
Are you a Neapolitan apologist, Henry? Would you defend the Neapolitan against Hetty here?
Listen, we all know what's happened and the role that Neapolitan ice cream had in that.
Mm-hmm.
Was that their finest moment? No. I'm going to put my hands up. No, it wasn't. Could a Ben & Jerry's ice cream have done any better? I don't know. Listen, 45,000 people dead is not great, whichever way you spin it. However, I would say that if it weren't for the useless and disgusting whippyites in Parliament, we could have kept that death toll right down. So I would say hashtag crooked whippy.
Crooked whippy, yeah.
Hashtag delay the November scooping. And I refuse to speak any further on the issue.
For the best. James said, get it out of the package and slice off a piece. So James is just
that's a great idea.
A flat kind of slice of all 3 flavors. That is an interesting idea. I like that.
That would be so satisfying to watch as well.
Oh, that would be on one of my Snapchat kind of oddly satisfying stories.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Good idea, James Burry.
Yes. My dad says, missed the start of this conversation, again, for the best. But when my dad was a courier, they used to let him in almost anywhere. I said he was delivering something. And then he's also said, hi, Neil Harrison, we're just across the water in Whitstable. But Neil's not commented, so I will assume that Neil is watching, but there is no evidence of that.
Where's Whitstable?
It's in Kent. They're in Kent. I'm at Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone, is it?
Yes, yeah.
What's the plan?
Go to the co-op in a minute and get some chocolate and walk the dog.
As my good friend Cam from Scotland would say, you've got an empty.
I've got an empty. Is that a Scottish term? You've got an empty.
An empty house. It's an empty.
How does Matt Dean eat his Neapolitan? That is actually genuinely interesting.
Should we call him and ask him?
Yeah, let's call. Well, I don't know if we have his number, but we can call up Salisbury Council and see if they'll comment. Let's just get that up. Hamilton said full stop, which may be a hint to stop the conversation. Please do. Oh, Neil is here. My dad isn't a mentalist.
Friend of the show, Neil Harrison.
Neil is watching. Friend of the. Well, to be honest, with 15 viewers, everyone's a friend of the show.
Absolutely, but we've got best friends.
Yep, Salisbury Council. Let's see if I can call them. What's your other question? So you had Neapolitan ice cream. What else do you want to bring
I've got 4.
We'll go on to another one. I'll give Salisbury City Council a call.
Okay. What, now, or do you want me to ask it?
Just have it lined up in case they don't answer.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Salisbury City Council. Our offices are now closed.
Didn't hide my number before
If
I
your
called.
call is an emergency,
It
please
is.
I think it is, yeah.
01722 346 485. Or leave a message and we will respond to you during our opening times.
Leave a message. Just leave a message.
Don't want to leave a
9
message.
till 5.
Please leave a message.
No, I
Friday
don't want to.
and 10 till 4.
Leave a message.
Saturdays. And we are closed on bank holidays.
No, I don't want to leave a message. Let me hide my number and then we'll leave a
You've
message.
bottled it. You've absolutely bottled
I
it.
did bottle that. I'm very sorry. I'll hide my number and then I'll leave a message. There is a way to do that, isn't there? Phone, my number. Oh, I can change my number.
What?
I've just clicked my number. I don't mind you showing my number. It's currently scrolling across the bottom. And then it says I'm able to edit it. That's surely not right, is it?
You should make it 6969 lol. That'd be funny.
That's funny. Sex number funny.
That's right. It is funny.
Well, let's move on from Neapolitan and Matt Dean. Shall we jump into the big issue, or do you want to get into all of your questions? I've got some questions.
Oh, Christian's here.
Hello, Christian.
Hey.
What's the baby
What's up?
book emoji?
Oh, because you bottled it.
Oh, I see. Yes, I'm sorry, Christian.
You did bottle it.
I'll tell you what. I'll write a strongly worded email instead to the Salisbury City Council and see if we can find out the answer to how does Matt Dean eat his Neapolitan ice
The fans do deserve to know, don't they?
Yeah, they do. All 16 of them.
16 now. Wow.
16. Yeah, it's going up and up and up. These are bottles. Thank you, Christian, for explaining it. So, what's one of your questions, Henry? What's one of your bonus questions?
All right, pick a number between 1 and 3.
Let's go for 2.
Okay, this question is because I think you might have done a question about school before, possibly. So I didn't want to know what the best subject is, and I didn't even bloody want to know what the worst subject is.
Ooh.
I want to know what's the most average, the most 5 out of 10 bloody vanilla subject where you look at it on your timetable, you don't go, oh, get in, you don't go, oh, no, you just go, oh.
Just that. That's
a question for you, Andrew. Make your picture really big because I'm grilling you on this.
Most average subject at school. That's a good question. I would say probably something like DT. I'd just go. Oh,
that's a good shout.
DT. What would you say, Henry? What's the most average subject?
Well, I was thinking about this, and I think I'm going to expose us as being bloody posh grammar school boys here. But for me, it was Latin.
Yeah, you know what? I'd rather that because people just assume I went to private school. So if anything, that makes me seem more approachable and relatable. Latin. So you were kind of
yeah, because I mean, just me personally, I was quite good at Spanish before I reached my ceiling in year 12, as I was told by a lovely woman. So I was good at languages, but Latin, no one speaks it anymore. Ite this, are they that? Who cares? But I wasn't mad at it,
No, it was just and we only had one lesson a week. It wasn't.
It's like 40 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was just it was there. And Mr. Owen was a very lovely man, our teacher.
He was, lovely man from Huddersfield.
He was from Huddersfield. Christian said he was going to say DT2. And Joe said, I was about to write Latin as a joke, but then you said it, bloody Tories.
Hey now. That's too far calling us that.
Yeah. How do you
I'm very disappointed in you, Joe Wells.
Whilst Joe's up here, you try and quell your rage. How do you pluralize Tories? Is it as it's written, Toriess? I've done that before, and I'm pretty sure a history teacher put a little red line under it saying that it should be Torys, not the IES. So that's our next question as well. Is how do you pluralize Tory?
Because unfortunately there are more than one of them.
Yeah, that is it. Oh no, I've not saved that. There we go. How do you pluralize Tory? That's our next question.
Well, I want to say straight away that's wrong. He's wrong.
What, Tory
apostrophe? You can't put an apostrophe in there.
No,
it's not belonging to anyone.
Well, you could call it a stylistic apostrophe. I've done this before sometimes. I put Tory, not this specific word, but I've done a stylistic apostrophe, even though it's not the correct.
Andrew, you know how you were shocked you didn't get into the Cambridge course for linguistics? I think I've just found out why.
It's because I use apostrophes on. Yeah.
You walked into that interview,
Always.
said, I do stylistic apostrophes, and they went, get out and don't even think about coming back.
That wasn't the exact wording.
What did they say?
Oh, they just said no, thank you.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, in many ways, it's worse. Tory, says James.
Correct, I'd say.
Henry only ever writes in Latin. So, do you know what? I did expose myself a little bit last week because somebody was praising the VI poo. I don't know if you saw this. It's
VI poo.
It's a little like scent thing that diminishes the smell in a toilet. But he wrote it VI space poo. And I immediately jumped to Roman numerals. I was like, what is 6 poo? And then everyone was like, no, it's VI poo.
Well, when I see VI poo as a Russian historian, I think Vladimir Ilyich Poo, who could be the smelly younger brother of Vladimir Lenin.
Yeah. So that's I think today's show is going to be a race to the bottom of nicheness. Are you
saying that Vladimir Lenin is a niche character?
No, but I think getting really into his real names and crossing it with the novelty toilet products is niche.
Well, that's what you got me on for, I thought.
Nicheness, yeah.
Nicheness.
Nicheness. Very Sean Connery there. Nicheness.
EastEnders?
Don't bring that up. Then that's going to need explaining at some point. Yes, not sure, but for fun, as in the apostrophe. That's stylistic, the Tory apostrophe S.
Okay.
For a mission or possession.
Correct. So, that's how it works, isn't it?
Christian, yeah. Now I have to say Caecilius est in horto, which was a famous sentence from our Latin textbooks.
Caecilius is in the garden, was that?
Yes, it is. Gareth, jumping way down the intellectual rungs from writing in Latin, has put Tories as a potential answer to how do you pluralize Tory.
I think maybe you're trying to spell Fernando Torres.
Maybe. Always like who's coming up to the scoring the goal? It's
Torres. Moving on, next question. I've got another question, Andrew. I've got another question.
Sorry, we didn't all go to grammar school. You did!
Oh, he's thrown us right under the bus there, hasn't he?
Well, what's your next question? Or do you want me to give you a question?
Oh, yeah, you give me a question. I've done enough questions. I'm sick of your bloody questions.
Okay, well, I've got a question. This is, I think this needs explaining, but I'll write it as a banner and see what you think. So the question is, and I've seen this advertised on Facebook, so I want to get your thoughts. It's dip or drizzle. And do you know what this is referring to?
Well, what immediately came to my mind was the little pot of garlic and herb sauce you get with your Domino's pizza.
Correct.
Am I right?
You are correct. So there's a big ad campaign at the moment. It's whether you dip your pizza in that pot or you drizzle that pot over your pizza.
Oh. I am a dipper.
I'm a dipper. And now, but you dip the whole pizza or just the crust?
No, the whole pizza.
Oh, wow.
Normally the first go in because when it's at the point it's narrow enough to get right into that pot for a good scoop.
Yeah.
I just find that sometimes you want a slice without it. So if you're drizzling all over, it's a nice sauce, but it can be a bit sharp at times.
Yes, yeah.
And if you find yourself sick of it by the 6th slice and you've got 2 more to go, then you're up shit creek without a paddle, mate.
Yeah. Don't overzealously drizzle. Whatever you do, if you're in the second camp, don't drizzle ahead of your time. Aiden says, dip at home, drizzle when out. Why? I'll be interested to know why. Why are you dipping at home but drizzling when out? Is that just because there's a bit of je ne sais quoi kind of fanciness when you're out and about? You drizzle and you say, oh, this is a fancy man. He's drizzling.
I think that might be because of practicality. I reckon Aiden is eating his pizza while running. So he has to drizzle because then he's chucking away everything else and he's just eating it like that.
He's not got enough hands otherwise.
Whereas when he's at home, he's got his best china out. He's got his fancy cutlery. And he's having a real dining experience, which then allows him to then dip into the garlic and herb sauce.
Fantastic. In that case, please don't give us the answer, Aidan. I think we've done it on your behalf. Graham says dip Dip is the correct answer from Danica there. Gareth says the pot should be saved for dipping the crust only. Now, I'm not against pizza dipping, but I would generally dip the crust rather than
I feel it's that's where you're getting the most benefit from it. You know, the middle part of the pizza is absolutely fine. You've got all the flavors there, especially if you've got the toppings on it. Whereas the crust can always be a bit dry if you're not getting stuffed crust, which comes at a premium, an extra £2, I believe. You've got to have a bit of something else, a bit of something else to get it, really nice.
Yeah. Christian has called us corporate shills, effectively, saying that we have fallen hook, line, and sinker for Domino's ad campaign. We are indirectly promoting takeaway pizza. And
as ex-Pizza Hut employees,
that is painful. It's painful to do that. Pizza Hut is better than Domino's. James says, "Por qué no los dos?" Which you'll remember from your Spanish days, Henry, means
don't take the car to the cinema.
Close.
Was it? So poor. Like I said, I reached my ceiling in year 12.
Yeah. That was very funny, by the way. Just like you're like, oh, I'm gonna drop this for AS level. It's just like, yeah, you've reached your ceiling. We've done.
I mean, shall I call her out? We could ring her.
No, let's not. She still comes to my comedy shows. She is very nice.
Bless her soul.
James says, why not both in Spanish? He says,
of course.
So you can dip and drizzle. Crum says, wish Sanj had drizzled. Now, do you want to hear this story? It's pretty disgusting.
I have no interest in Sanjay Arif.
Oh, why not?
So you can tell it, but I don't want to be him. I'm not really involved.
Oh, you still upset with him from last week? Him showing you the cold shoulder.
I mean, I'm like a little lamb in this comedy world. I'm not one of these hardened veterans, and here I am trying to do a funny character.
Yeah.
Just getting absolutely shot down. Destroyed my confidence. I messaged Andrew. I said, I don't know if I can do the show on Friday. I've got no confidence anymore. My characters I thought had been quite successful. Dominic Raab was a hit.
Yeah,
James Corden was a hit.
In fact,
Me and Joe Wells had a nice back and forth. And then I called in last week thinking I was going to do my nailed on Oscar Pistorius. It's probably the impression I think that I've worked the hardest on, and I had absolutely nothing back.
No. I would like to say on your James Corden, though, that we did have somebody believe it was the actual James Corden, which I think was the highlight of my Pulse of the Nation career. Was getting a very big message about how impressive it was to get James Corden on the show. So the sound story is, I won't tease it for the rest of the listeners. I will just share it with you. Our friend Sanjay Arif, last week's guest, it was only on Monday. Monday's guest on the show, friend of the show. He once when people were all sat around, he had his kind of shirt pulled up to here, kind of like Winnie the Pooh style.
All right.
And then he had rested a dip in his belly button.
Oh.
And he was dipping into his belly button. And it was such a strong image that we still reference it to this day.
That's grotesque.
That is. Well, let's move on to dip or drizzle. Then I think the general consensus is dip. Unless you're out and about, or indeed doing both. But generally, no one's said exclusively drizzle. So I think dip. Oh, he stopped. So let's do one more question from you, one more question from me, and then we'll get into the big question for today. So what's your next question, Henry?
Okay, let's move on from food.
Yeah.
And go to, what is the best UK panel show?
Oh, that's interesting. We've had best quiz show, but the panel show is very different. Do I open the floor?
Yeah, please. You're the comedian here.
Yeah. So I would go for most consistently funny. Hi, Mum. Hello.
Hi, Deb. How are you doing?
Oh, Henry's here as well. Yeah, he's a bit offended you didn't say hello to him.
Hello.
So I would say the best UK panel show for most consistent laughter, timelessness, not inoffensive. Not that panel shows have to be inoffensive, but it's not going to make newspaper headlines because Joe Brand said this or Nigel Farage said that. I would say, Would I Lie to You? For fun, non-controversial comedy just to relax into. Looking good, says actually looking good pod. says. But I assume that was directed at both of us.
No, she was talking to me, I think.
Okay, well, you're looking good, Henry.
Thanks, Deb. This is my Everton top. It's the 1992 away shirt, and I bought it with money.
With money, nice. We just had a correction. I do have to print the corrections. We hold ourselves to the same kind of standard as UK newspapers, so we do have to print this correction. Sand was completely topless, and he spilled the dip in his belly. But it's even worse. I'm so sorry. I didn't even want to. He didn't hold the dip in his. Every time you've told this story, by the way, I wasn't there live. Every time you told this story, you've never included the fact that the dip was not in a pot in his belly button. It was directly in his belly button.
I can't believe I let this guy knock my confidence.
I know you can't. He says it himself. He says he cannot believe how much he gets to people, considering how little respect he deserves. I think that's a direct quote from Sanjay Arif.
Well, now I know.
Now you know. Don't let him get to you. It's harder than you think. He still gets to me, even though I know not to.
This guy has children, right?
Yeah, 2 children.
Oh, God.
Back to the panel show question. Would I lie to you? Says Crumb. Taskmaster says James. That is good.
Not a bloody panel show.
Yeah, I think we have to imagine a kind of a panel. You know.
That's an interesting idea. Yeah, maybe it would have to be a show on television as well for it to count.
Taskmaster's on television. Oh, you were making fun of me. Sorry, my bad.
Day one of bloody comedy school for you, is it, mate? Christ. Come on, hold my hand. I'll walk you through your first day. Come on, here we go. Deary me.
We won't accept Taskmaster, I'm afraid, James. What would you say is the best panel show, Henry?
I didn't have an answer for this, really. What are the Have I Got News for You? I think it's very funny.
Have you seen it during lockdown? They're kind of doing it over Zoom.
I saw one clip of it, I think, of Ian Hislop going hardcore on Boris Johnson, I believe.
Very good. They are clever.
Oh, no, I've got it wrong.
Oh.
The best, and you can agree with me on this, the best panel show.
Okay. Unfortunately, we've lost Henry on the stream there. He's had to dip out. We'll move on to the next question and see if we can get him back. Oh, what? You're back.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. We'll move on for this question now.
Hold on. No, I wasn't even going to mention it.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say the best panel show is the one that has Andy Parsons on it the most.
Oh. I'm sorry for not trusting you.
Our favourite. Do your impression of Andy Parsons. Make yourself big. Do the impression.
The government.
The Daily Mail.
Immigration. Thank you. That's Andy Parsons there. The reason I took out Henry was because for Bournemouth University, their partner.
Who's going to mention it now?
Yeah, I made a rub my own back. This is my own fault. They made a TV panel show as part of their university coursework. I was a panelist, and it was very cringy. Luckily, an unlisted video, so only I have access to it.
Speaking of unlisted videos, you unlisted the latest donut review.
Did I?
Yeah, I was really upset.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I will relist that.
I was gonna give the viewers some homework as well to go and watch the donut series, because I think there's a lot of underrated episodes in there.
There is. Oh, well, let's go through that in a minute. We've got some more comments. Celebrities playing games sitting in a row. Taskmaster has it. So a defense of Taskmaster as a panel show there. Hetty says QI without fail. I do like Q. Oh, sorry. I do like QI.
Yeah, I like a bit of QI. I think Sandy Toksvig's done very well, taking over from Stephen Fry as well. She's taken the reins on very well. She really holds her own.
Doesn't she just? She's very clever. Very clever. Sorry, I'm distracted trying to find the donut playlist.
What's Gareth commented? 80010C. Is that like code?
8 out of 10 cats does countdown.
Oh, well, that's wrong. So get that comment off the screen.
Really? You don't think it's the best panel show?
Andrew, you know my beef with Jimmy Carr.
Well, oh, no, share your beef with the viewers, please.
He didn't pay his taxes, did he? You know, he got found out for not paying his taxes. They're supposed to be going towards hospitals and schools and roads and libraries and stuff. He didn't pay his taxes. He got found out for it. And ever since, whenever he's on 8 out of 10 Cats does countdown, every single episode someone will make a reference to him not paying his tax. And because he can laugh about it, apparently that makes him a good guy again.
Yeah.
Like he goes, someone does a bad sum, and then on countdown, and then he goes, oh, a bit like my accountant. And everyone goes, oh, it's funny because he didn't pay the taxes for the people that are dying. Oh, it's very good. Oh, it's so funny.
He does do that a lot.
I don't like him.
Very much crutch. So I've just relisted the donut reviews. I'll share my screen.
Yeah, please.
So share. So here's your homework, viewers. If you're not subscribed on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, obviously not right now because we still got 15 minutes after the show. But me and Henry done a donut review series, and it's all about Krispy Kreme. We've got Biscoff, chocolate sprinkles, all sorts. And we did one very recently, which I'm quite proud of. This was released during Corona, actually. 29th.
It's unlisted.
I've relisted it. I don't know why it was taken. I don't know why. And then there's the description of the video. It's just the lyrics to Chunky by Bruno Mars.
Great song.
Great song. So go check out our donut review series, Krispy Kreme reviews. If you Google Andrew White, Krispy Kreme, it will come up. Or if you just go to my channel, there is a playlist of all
Look at the views on that. 2,000 views.
2,000 views.
Check out the comments. Go to the comments.
It's that famous comedian Andrew White. Where's episode 2? If you don't like it because it's from Tesco, get it from the actual shop where they actually fresh.
That's from Ovon Novo, fan of the show.
Fan of the show. I'm watching right now, I believe. Give us a comment, Ovon. Let us know you're watching. You haven't paid your taxes either, Henry, says Gareth.
That's because I don't earn enough money to pay my taxes.
Fair enough. So we've moved on that went really quickly. I don't know whether you want one more question from me or we go straight.
Can we get back to 9/11, please?
Oh, yes, of course. So our question: what surprises you that it was pre 9/11? I think that's a genuinely good question, actually. Coldplay released their first album pre 9/11.
Yeah, that is crazy, isn't it? I believe George Harrison died pre 9/11.
Let's have a look. While I'm googling that, Danica says, "Why are you saying Krispy Kreme wrong?" Because she says Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
And actually, everyone I've spoken to says Krispy Kreme as well.
I think I also say Krispy Kreme, don't I?
Why do we say Krispy Kreme then?
Did I say that?
I don't know. George Harrison died after 9/11, actually, November.
Oh, so
November.
Close.
Yeah, near enough. Good content.
Do another question. Do your last question. Go on.
Okay.
Fire it at me.
The big question on my last question.
Oh, I thought you had another mini one because then we'll have 10 minutes at the end if we do this quickly for the.
Okay. So my final mini one is where would a giraffe wear a tie? So we're talking either at the top of its neck under its chin or at the bottom of its neck where it meets the body. Where is a giraffe wearing a tie?
I mean, wow. I mean, surely it's. I can't even speak. I'm dumbfounded.
What? Let us know in the comments. Where would a giraffe? Is a giraffe wearing a tie under his?
No.
So at his body or halfway up?
Yes. Yeah, because you don't wear your tie down your neck, do you? You wear it from here down to here, down your chest.
But there's a longer in the giraffe. So
where would a giraffe a tie?
Oh, for goodness sake. Sorry, it's because I was trying to type it on the fly. I didn't have it like prepared. I was jumping in and out depending on how our questions went. Wear a tie. Where would a giraffe wear a tie? Wear a tie. There we go. We got some comments in about the pre 9/11 stuff. We were born pre 9/11. That's very true. We were before that.
Unfortunately, so yes, we were.
And Daft Punk's Homework. So that's an album that was released pre 9/11.
I've never heard of it.
On the giraffe question, where would a giraffe wear a tie? Gareth says one at the top and another, so double tie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, why would a giraffe wear a tie in the first place?
A formal dinner.
Oh, of course. My
Jeff says-
mistake.
Yeah, of course. Around the base of his neck. So yeah, he agrees where the neck meets the body. So he
I think
agrees.
that's the logical way.
I would prefer it if it was around the neck and it was a really long tie that went down to like
That would be quite funny, wouldn't it?
his underbelly. Yeah, that would be that kind of level.
But then where would he get all the material?
Who knows? Who knows how ties are made?
Giraffes have hooves, not hands. I don't think they could even sew.
I assume they'll be going to a human tie trader.
Oh, to a tailor.
Yeah. Or
See, why do we even wear ties now anyway? Because I believe ties originally were in place before buttons were invented on shirts to hold your shirt together.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we still wear them? Who decided that ties were smart? You know.
I quite like the tie. I'm not. Yeah, it's a good question. Who I like it though stylistically. I think I like a good tie.
Oh, everyone looks good in a nice tie.
Yeah. Oh, apparently we have an answer. Zootopia answered that. Base of the neck. Else they'd have to wear a shirt with a really long neck. That's a good point. We have to think that a giraffe's going to be wearing a collared shirt with this tie. So it is the base of the neck. That's quite definitive from Charlotte there. Thank you.
In the Serengeti, you know, they're going to need a lot of airflow to the neck to keep themselves cool.
Yeah, of
So
course.
we've got to think about the practicalities here.
100%. Where is the giraffe getting its tie? Does it have enough material? Is it got enough neck coolage? That's the three kind of main points we're going to look at with this question here. Although Joe, spoiling the fun a little bit, says it would probably go casual because it's a fucking giraffe.
No swearing, please, Joe.
Yeah, this is a
Can we time him out, please?
Yeah, you're timed out from commenting, Joe. This is a no swearing.
Don't even think about commenting, Joe.
This is a tasteful show. We're family friendly. We're not looking to ruffle any feathers. And just
Anyway,
that this question is still in play. Please do remind us what surprises you that it was pre 9/11. Where would giraffe wear his tie? On your fabric question, do you remember the Salisbury Journal when there was a Russian flag?
on the cathedral.
Yeah. So somebody draped a Russian flag over the cathedral in a reference to the Russian spy poisoning. And somebody commented in the Salisbury Journal, well, go to the fabric shops in the city, because they'll know if someone's bought red, white, and blue fabrics. You've got to go to the fabric shops because somebody has clearly custom made.
Someone go and interrogate the owner of Fabricland.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. And sorry, just made me think of that on the fabric point. Let's move to our final question, shall we?
Here we bloody flipping go.
Pulse.
Pulse. Everybody.
So when I first did it, I did a live stream 7 days or so into lockdown. Oh my God, that seems so long ago now.
Make yourself big. Do this as like an epic story.
Yeah. So I started doing videos. The day that lockdown was announced, I sent a video to my Edinburgh group chat. I say my Edinburgh group chat. I was going to Edinburgh with a bunch of comedians, and we were good friends, and I sent them a video telling them about a gig I'd done and stuff that happened around it. And I enjoyed telling the video, and I said, oh, maybe I should do a daily vlog thing. So the next day I did a vlog, and then the day after I did another vlog, and I did 50 straight days with Sundays off of vlogging, and every Monday, as part of that schedule, I do a live stream. And on my first ever live stream, which was just me chatting, it had no kind of structure, somebody asked the question, are there more chairs or people in the world?
Who was it? It was
Flo Taylor-Jones who commented this. And that kickstarted the whole idea for Pulse of the Nation, the show you're watching now. So as a nice homage to close off the show, and I will announce what's happening with live streams after this, are there more chairs or people in the world?
Wow. 6 months. Now, how long was it? 4 months?
Just gonna mid-March. I'll find out. Hang on. You talk about the chairs. I'll find out.
Well, I'd just say 4 or 5 months has been all leading up to this. I believe I called in on that very first episode to discuss this. I think I was very pro chair. No, I was very pro people.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pro. There's definitely more people than chairs.
And what's your reason for that?
Well, I don't have any. And when you told me this was going to be the main talking point, I thought I could research this. I could even Google it to find out the answer. But no.
Google doesn't have an answer.
This really?
Yeah.
So the only research I did was I Googled how many chair IKEA sell. And unfortunately,
with that exact kind of certainty,
Absolutely.
how many chair IKEA sell?
Correct. You got to get to the point, Andrew. I'm a journalist. I'm an interrogating journalist. I've got to get to the point, get to the crux of the matter. And that gave me some statistics from 2018, which IKEA have published. And they revealed not how many chair they sell, but they did reveal that they had 95 million store visits in 2018 alone, which was actually less than I was expecting, as one of the biggest homeware companies in the world. So that really only cemented my deeply held belief that there are, for sure, more people than chairs in the world.
I would disagree.
Oh,
now Gareth says define a chair. James says chairs.
We can. No, is that too niche? Oh, fuck it.
You have to reference the Twitter threads.
The Graham Linehan one.
Yeah. No, let's not get
Glimmer. No, we won't get into Glimmer.
So I think when we say chairs, so this is an office chair. Oh, we've got a caller.
Oh!
We'll take the caller first. Oh, hello, who's that down the line? Oh, sorry, I've not put you on speaker. Hello.
Matt Hancock. True that. I'm Matt Hancock.
It's Matt Hancock.
Oh my God, it's Matt Hancock
From the government. Yeah.
Oh,
and
no
what
way.
What have you got to say, Matt Hancock?
I was just kind of just phoning. What's the question?
Are there more chairs or people in the world?
That's crazy.
Fucking hell.
It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
I'm gonna go for chairs. Let's do chairs, yeah.
Yeah, want to have a little funny riff or something? Or...
Oh, Andrew, I've got a joke. He'll probably change his mind tomorrow and say it's people, eh?
Oh, good.
Very good. That is good. U-turning. Can you explain the U-turns, Mr. Hancock, whilst you're on the line?
I just changed my mind.
Okay.
This is fantastic. This is gripping. I'm gripped.
Do you want me to hang up, Mr. Hancock?
Andrew, ask him sex thing.
Sex thing.
Ask him something about sex.
Hancock.
Okay.
No, definitely am.
What's your favourite foreplay?
Sex. Oh, good. Yeah, good.
I have to fucking answer these questions about my personal life. Unbelievable that you would ask me that. I phoned you up in good faith, doing a clever improvised character, and now I'm being asked these questions.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling.
I've got one thing to say to you, Matt Hancock.
Oh, Henry's got something to say to you, Mr. Hancock.
Are you there?
Yeah, he's there.
I don't like you, Matt Hancock, and I challenge you to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel.
Will you Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel with Henry?
Yeah, go on then.
Cool. Well, that's
Sick.
fantastic. So, by the end of this week, we may have a new health secretary because, as is parliamentary law, I think it's constitutional back to the 1800s or so. Whoever Yu-Gi-Oh! Battles and defeats a sitting minister actually takes that minister's position. So, Henry, you could be the new health minister. Good luck on duel, Matt Hancock, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wonderfully energized call there from Matt Hancock.
You know, Andrew?
Yeah, go on.
I don't know if that was Matt Hancock.
Really? What makes you say that?
It's too lively, too much passion and fire in his belly.
Yeah.
His voice was too, happy. He seemed too alive inside to be Matt Hancock.
Yeah, I also had an inkling of a suspicion. Because
can you get your dog to shut the fuck up, please? We're trying to do a show. I'm trying to do a professional program here.
Nation. There's 6 viewers. Thank you. Sorry.
I don't know what we're doing. I locked my gran in the shed for
5
this.
viewers. That's your fault. Oh, my window's wide open.
I locked my nan in the shed. I went, "You're not interrupting us this time, Nan. Get in the shed."
Good. So
You should have done the same with Bugsy. Is all I'm saying.
put him in the shed with your nan.
Bring him over if you want.
Yeah. I'll pop over. Put Bugsy in the shed with your nan. Are you just going to leave him there over the weekend, or?
Well, we might talk again at some point. There's no point in them interrupting that as well.
No. We want to have our discussions, our private discussions, without repercussions.
Like you said, there's 5 people watching this. It's very important.
Well, he's gone up to 6 now, actually, have you know?
This could be my career.
This is my career.
This is your career. This is your career. 6 people watching. In all fairness, it would be 7 if I wasn't on the show.
That's true every week. I just get people who are already on, who already watched the show.
That's not true. Gareth hasn't appeared on this show once.
Oh well, let's announce season 3 then, and then we'll get Gareth on next season. So we didn't really get into this chairs debate at all, even though it was our featured debate.
Andrew,
go on.
I don't care.
No,
I don't think it matters. I don't think any of these questions matter at all.
No, they don't.
I don't think it matters what way you eat Neapolitan ice cream. I don't think it matters if pineapple's okay on pizza. I don't think it matters if Coke's better than Pepsi. I don't think it matters what the best streaming platform is. I don't think it matters what the best comedy show is. I don't think any of this matters. This is all facetious.
That is the nature of the show. Yes. And
sorry,
now
let's get that out.
No, I'm glad, because it's a nice way to devolve the show, to completely to take down the entire conceit of the show.
Absolutely.
I'll quickly go through these last comments before I announce what's happening with live streams. So James said chairs. Charlotte said, I've worked out there are 26 chairs in this house and only 2 people, so I'll go for chair. But now I think about it, why are there so many chairs? People have just spare chairs for club and company. I would say a seat in a football stadium is a chair. There are office chairs. I wouldn't count a car seat or a sofa or a stool. They're not chairs.
No.
Restaurants have chairs. There's definitely more chairs than,
What about a chaise lounge?
Not a chair, no.
Okay.
Let's change the question to what is a chair?
What about a puff?
What'd you call me?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
Oh my god.
That is my favourite thing to do, is just any hint of a homophobic slur. I'm like, oh, boom. What did you call me?
That's very good. I can see what you did professionally.
I wouldn't call a puff a chair, no. I'd call it an abomination against God.
Very good.
Don't be gay, kids. Whack him with a newspaper. That's Tanika's response to a very different response to Charlotte. So Tanika says, whack my dog with a newspaper. Charlotte says, bring the dog on. Everyone loves a dog.
Well,
Bugsy! He's coming.
I fucking hate this dog.
Quality, not quantity, Andrew. Thank you. That's a very good point. We've got a good quality of viewer. Gareth, loved your existential breakdown there. And Joe says, do the following count. Stool, sofa, toilet. Stool, no. Sofa, no. Toilet, no. None of those are chairs. Bugsy!
Get that dog in.
Bugsy! He's very disobedient. A one-person butt space with a back. But then again, that does open the door to toilets.
Or a horse.
Open the door to toilets. Or what?
A horse.
It does have space for a butt, and a horse does have a back. So we can't accept that definition, I'm afraid, Charlotte. Anyway, as Henry rightly said, none of these questions really mean anything. I started this as a fun little way to rant about Bugsy. Bugsy!
Get him up. Go and get him.
Bugsy! I can't whistle at the moment.
Go and grab him. I'll hold the fort.
Will you actually?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Go on.
Bugsy.
Guys, I fucking hate this dog. It's the worst dog. I'm a dog guy, and I can't stand this dog. He's so jumpy. He's so excitable all the time. Oh, he's back.
Come up here, jump up. Hello. Look
there he is.
Henry's saying very mean things about you, Bugsy.
Hi, Bugsy. Do you remember me?
The screen. There you go.
Hello.
You really proved
nothing.
the point, You're really embarrassing me on live.
Give him a kiss. Kiss the dog.
No,
Kiss the dog.
No, I'll give him a hug. I'll give him a nice hug.
Kiss. Are you that Oh, he's gone.
He's left.
I was going to say you're so fragile about your bestial love that you can't even give your dog a kiss.
What a wonderful end to the show. We're really ramping up here.
It's really gone downhill the last 15 minutes, hasn't it?
It has. Do you know what? When it went downhill is when we tried to do the actual question that we had scheduled.
Yeah, that's sort of how the show works, I suppose.
People said, Sanders said this, and many other viewers and guests have said this, is the show is best when we go off track and have different improvs. Charlotte says, you're the best Pulse of the Nation guest. Oh, no, that's probably referring to...
I thought the same thing when I saw that. I thought that's a lovely compliment then that she was definitely talking about the dog.
Yeah, that's Bugsy, the best Pulse of the Nation guest yet. Sorry, Henry. Toilets are sometimes called thrones, ipso facto chair. Now, I would accept...
Andrew, I've had enough. I'm going.
Oh, no, don't leave. Oh, Henry's gone there. So I started... I'll leave you up on the screen. I started the show as something a little fun to do, a little project. It was easier than creating a video every day, just to have a fun live stream, chat with my friends, chat with my new friends. That Hetty said, when was the show uphill? Very good question, Hetty.
Bit rude.
The show was never uphill. To chat to my friends, my comedian friends. Henry, I think you're the only non-comedian to ever do the show.
What?
Yeah, you are. You genuinely are.
Call me a non-comedian. Wow. All right.
I
thought to sell out tours and a run at the Edinburgh Fringe was enough to be a comedian, but hey, maybe not. Have
you done that?
Yeah, I was in a comedy group with Reece James and one other person.
Oh, you have to think Joe Wells there. Tom Toll was it. Does a chairperson count? No, a chairperson is not a chair. There are different definitions to chair, and we're looking for the chair.
I was just thinking with that Hetty Austin comment.
Yeah.
Right. When was the show uphill? But going uphill's always a struggle, whereas going downhill is more fun and easy.
Yeah, we've definitely not struggled.
If you said, "Oh, it's gone downhill," I'd think, "Oh, if I'm going downhill, I'm having a greght time."
Yeah.
Wee, like a roller coaster.
I just realised, you're not the only non-comedian guest, Henry. I forget that Danica is not a comedian.
Is she not?
Danica has been a guest.
I thought Danica was a. I thought that's how her and Joe met.
No, they met. They're childhood sweethearts. They met at like 16. I've been overlooking the woman. I'm so sorry. You are the only male non-comedian guest on the show. Danica is also a non-comedian, but is so ingrained in the comedian group and is very funny herself. So.
Well, I just assumed that was the only way Joe Wells could meet a woman.
What, through comedy? He's asked, does a wheelchair count? If so, why are you disabled? I would count a wheelchair as chair.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's definitely a chair. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I started the show to chat to my friends and chat to my new friends as well. You know, Charlotte and Cam and James and
me,
Joe and Hetty and Gareth and Henry. You're normally there every week. Madge occasionally tunes in, and Ali, Jack.
Not George Backhouse though.
And George Backhouse has only ever tuned in once. Aidan regularly pops up. We've had Christian. This isn't the first time Christian's been here.
My dad.
Your dad's commented. My dad's commented. My mum commented for the first time today. Neil Harrison's popped up. Ellie. I could name endless people. I can't. It's definitely under 30.
That's about it, really, isn't it?
But you know, the point is, it's been a really fun thing to do, and I've really appreciated everyone viewing, commenting, getting involved, supporting the show. I will return with a live stream in September. It won't be Pulse of the Nation. There is a new live stream format coming.
Oh my God.
Probably be a quiz show.
And
I will be a TV quiz show host.
I love quizzes.
So it will be two people against each other, and I'll be hosting the quiz. The name of the show, I will reveal it exclusively here, is Quizfire. So that'll be Quizfire. I like quickfire, but
very good. Yeah, that's good.
That was starting on Monday. Genuinely, thanks for the Monday laughs. I've just been revising, and it's a lovely break each week. I'm so glad, Charlotte. Thank you so much.
That's a lovely comment.
And that's reminded me to say hello to Tina and Alex as well, who normally tune in, and they've said similar to me that they enjoy the break and the kind of regular event every week. So thank you so much. I did also forget Danica as a viewer. Danica also tunes in every week. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. That is the last Pulse of the Nation. We may do like a Christmas special or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's to look forward to. But for now, moving on to a new project. There's no live streams during August. There are some sketches and kind of pre-recorded stuff on the way. I've got myself a little take it off the wall. Little content calendar. So
Maybe you could actually edit and put up some of the stuff we filmed together.
that is not on the content calendar, I'm afraid.
What?
I will write it on though. Henry videos. So yeah, there's content coming, but this is the last live stream for a month, and then we'll come back with a brand new show. Otherwise, lots of love. Go follow me on Twitter at StandUpAndrew, and Henry, your Twitter
and my TikTok at Big H Fizzle. I've rebranded. That's me now.
Is that your TikTok as well as your?
That's my
Twitter?
TikTok. I've done 3 TikToks. I've got over 1,000 views.
Have you got your phone there?
I do. Here it is.
Do you want to show the viewers your favorite TikTok, and then we'll end the show?
That I've made myself.
Yes, please, of course.
Okay. So you can either have my one about the Russian Revolution or my Teletubbies one.
Teletubbies. We've had way too much Russian Revolution stuff on the show, which
Okay,
is not
I'll turn the volume.
I tried to say when we started the show.
I'll turn the volume right up. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Instagram is the best way to promote some pussy. Scary.
Oh,
Scary.
scary. Scary. Do you like
So
that? That was good, wasn't it?
It is. So the concept is you are scared of the Teletubbies.
Of one of the segments about the lion and the bear. Yeah, very, very scary for me.
Very scary. Well, what a lovely note to end on. Thank you so much. Please tune in for the videos that I upload. They'll be coming soon. I'm releasing my stand-up special soon as well. That's all to come. But for now, see you in September for more live streaming. Lots of love.
Goodbye, Pulse of the Nation. Goodbye.